Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is one of the most effective books in the world about human relations. If you want to improve your social IQ, be more influential and improve your leadership skills, then this book must be your Bible. Even though the book was written 84 years ago, it is still applicable today, and because of that it is one of the highest sold books in the world. In this video, I will summarize the entire book. After watching the video you can say that you have read this book, because it covers every single chapter and every bit of important information. Part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. Chapter 1, Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. People don't criticize themselves for anything, no matter how wrong they may be. Remember that people are creatures of emotion and are motivated by their ego and pride. Criticizing people nearly always puts them on the defensive, and they find ways to rationalize their actions. Even family members of criminals frequently go into denial, blaming the system instead of the person for the crimes. Criticism hurts a person's pride and sense of importance. Remember, people can hold resentment for insults that can last a lifetime. Famous airplane test pilot Bob Hoover was flying back from an airshow in San Diego when, all of a sudden, both of his engines cut out. Through some impressive flying, he was able to land the plane, saving those on board. Unfortunately, the aircraft was badly damaged. The reason for the harrowing engine failure was that the World War II propeller plane had been accidentally filled with jet fuel back at the airport. Hoover saw the mechanic who had made the mistake. The young man was in tears, knowing how furious Hoover must be over the loss of his expensive airplane and the danger posed to the 3 people on board. So, did Hoover yell at him, scold him, criticize him? Not at all. In fact, Hoover said that, to demonstrate his faith in the mechanic having learned his lesson, he'd like the same mechanic to service his plane the next day. The reason for Hoover's benevolence was perhaps that he knew something that psychologist B.F. Skinner had discovered a long time ago, that animals rewarded for good behavior will learn more effectively than those punished for bad behavior. The same is true of people. Criticizing them won't encourage them to change their behavior because they're not primarily driven by reason but by emotion. Any weak person can criticize or complain. It takes real character to understand and forgive. Chapter 2, Give honest and sincere appreciation. One of the strongest drivers of human behavior is the desire to be appreciated by others. We all like being complimented and hearing that we're doing a good job. Some people even claim that all civilization ultimately rests upon the human desire to be important. Our craving for approval and praise makes us climb the highest mountains, write novels, and found multi-million-dollar companies. You don't need to give someone a fancy title to show your appreciation. It's enough to use simple phrases like thank you and I'm sorry, while also giving sincere, honest praise. Don't shower people with phony flattery, or they will see right through it. Instead, stop thinking about yourself for a moment and focus on the good points of the person in front of you. Also, be sure to make the other person feel important. To get into the right mindset, try thinking like Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said that every person he met was superior to him in certain ways, so there was always something to learn from and appreciate in other people. Or think about the golden rule: treat others as you would like others to treat you. So, the next time you see a tired, bored, underappreciated service employee somewhere, try to brighten their day with some appreciation. Leave little sparks of appreciation during the day. You'll be surprised to see how positively people react when their hunger for recognition is fed. You'll soon become someone whom others like and enjoy working with, and best of all, you'll have a positive impact on the lives of those around you. Chapter 3, Appeal to another person's interest. Let's say you like cheesecake. When you go fishing you don't string cheesecake at the end of your line, you attach what the fish wants, which is a worm. Why do you treat people any differently? Of course you're interested in what you want, but no one else is. Everyone else is just like you. We all want what we want. The only way to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. Every person in the world knows what they want and cares about what they get. Approach them from this direction. Before you speak, pause and ask, well, what can the other person get out of this? Even challenge yourself to not say anything about what you want. Show other people relentlessly that you want to help them. The world is full of people who are self-seeking, so the rare person who unselfishly serves others has an enormous advantage. Andrew Carnegie had a sister-in-law whose kids never wrote letters back. He met someone who could get a reply without asking for one. He wrote letters, ending with mentioning that he was sending a $5 bill but omitting it. Sure enough, they replied, thanking him for writing and asking where the money was. Thank you for joining me in this first part of our journey to explore the timeless wisdom of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. We've covered some fundamental principles that can revolutionize your interpersonal relationships and communication skills. Remember, genuine interest in others, active listening, and expressing appreciation are just a few of the powerful tools at your disposal. In the upcoming parts, we'll dive even deeper into Carnegie's insights, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, ensuring you won't miss a moment of this transformative series. Together, let's unlock the secrets to becoming a more influential and empathetic individual, paving the way for a brighter and more connected future. Stay tuned for part 2, and until then, keep applying these principles to your daily interactions and watch how it positively impacts your life. Remember, you have the power to create meaningful connections and leave a lasting impact on those around you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.